Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. We've got a big update on Trea Turner and Justin Verlander coming up in just a second. But quick reminder for all the latest Dodgers news and rumors all off-season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. Would you be okay with the Dodgers not bringing back Trea Turner? What are your thoughts on him most likely going to the Philadelphia Phillies? And then also, are you starting to feel the momentum with Justin Verlander and the Dodgers? Will Justin Verlander be a Dodger next season? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So if you've been watching this show, I predicted that Trea Turner would ultimately sign with the Philadelphia Phillies and join his former teammate, his buddy Bryce Harper, in the city of brotherly love, get back to the NL East, get back to the East Coast where he's made it known that he wants to play, living close to his home in Bradenton, Florida, and it's looking more likely that that is going to happen. John Morosi tweeted out, "The Phillies have emerged as favorites to sign Trea Turner." My latest report here. So first and foremost, let's break out that Dodgers rumor meter, and for this rumor that has Trea Turner going to the Phillies, I'm going to upgrade this to a 3 Dodger dogs. There's definitely serious smoke. We're not ready to upgrade it just yet. I thought about going 3.5 Dodger dogs, but we're still a little early in free agency. But at the end of the day, I fully believe he will be in Philadelphia. Maybe he loves to run, he loves to sprint, maybe he can run with Rocky up those stairs. And we've done so many deep dives about Trea Turner and what he brings to the table. If you look at his numbers, he is one of the best players in the game. A .316 batting average since 2020. That's second in the league. 254 runs scored. That's third. 71 stolen bases. That's tied for second. 760 total bases. That's second. And a 14.2 WAR. That's tied for seventh. So the Phillies will be getting one of the best shortstops in the game. And I'm just not so sure he was a great fit for the Dodgers because defensively, he left a lot more to be desired. And I'm just not that big into paying shortstops once they're close to 30 and beyond. If you can't count on them to play that position for at least 6 to 7 years, I'm not so sure it's worth paying that kind of money. Look, if you get a shortstop and he hits free agency early and you can get him in his prime years and you know he's going to stick at that position, then I'm fine with it. But for the most part, I like to maintain flexibility at that position. So who will be the Dodgers shortstop next season? Well, right now, you would have to think it's going to be Gavin Lux. But you know I've been a proponent of trading for Willy Adames. Everyone's on board with that now. I think that's cool, but I think Willy Adames is the right guy for the job. I think that Dodger fans would fall in love with him fast. He'd be a fan favorite. He's got a great personality, brings a great energy, and defensively, he's one of the better shortstops in the game. He's not the perfect player by any means. He does strike out a lot, but he also has some pop. And we're going to do a full breakdown of Willy Adames later this week, but that to me would be my top choice because I don't want to sign one of the big top 4 shortstops because, one, they're going to cost you a lot of money. They could impact you in signing Shohei Ohtani next season. And then, look, there are some other viable options out there. Like I said, Gavin Lux. You could go Willy Adames. My friend Tim Rogers wants to see Jacob Amaya playing shortstop next season. And for me, defensively, there's no question he could get the job done. But offensively, I have my doubts. He really struggled when he made the jump up to AAA, and I just don't know if he can handle big league pitching. But when you consider the fact you have the designated hitter, I mean, you don't always need offense out of that position. If he can just get close to being a league average bat, it would make some sense as a third option. I don't think it's a plan A or plan B, but maybe if the Dodgers are in a pinch, maybe they could consider it. But I think right now you're looking at Gavin Lux unless the Dodgers can go swing a trade for Willy Adames. Now, next rumor we have to get into is about Justin Verlander. And Justin Verlander to LA seems to be gaining some serious momentum. John Morosi said on MLB Network, "I do believe the Dodgers are among the strongest candidates to sign Verlander." And indeed, when you think about this report, and credit to John Heyman for being first on this story, with Verlander now meeting with the Dodgers, the Astros investing a lot of money in Jose Abreu and really trusting some of their internal options, whether it's Jose Urquidy or Hunter Brown. So let's bring back that Dodgers rumor meter. And for this rumor that has the Dodgers as one of the strongest candidates to sign Justin Verlander, there was another rumor that said that the Dodgers have the best shot of signing Justin Verlander. I'm going to give it a 3 Dodger dogs. I definitely think there's some serious smoke between the Dodgers and Justin Verlander. I don't think it's a lock that they're going to sign him, but there's definitely some smoke, especially after they had the Zoom meeting a couple days ago. The Dodgers are definitely one of the top teams for Justin Verlander, and the big question heading into this offseason is, would the Astros be aggressive in trying to retain him? Well, clearly at this point, the answer is no, because they're not willing to give him a 3rd year. They do have some young pitchers coming up that they want to give the opportunities to, and then also they did sign Jose Abreu, and I also think, yeah, Justin Verlander is a guy that's going to be 40 next season. I don't think the Astros really want to pay him big-time money to keep him in Houston. Look, they just won another World Series. It's not like they're desperate for postseason success right now, but I know a team who is, and that is the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I'll tell you this right now, when it comes to these big signings this offseason, the Aaron Judges, there's so many big names, the Carlos Correas out there, the Dansby Swansons, the Trea Turners, the Jacob deGroms. Justin Verlander is really the only one that I think the Dodgers have a true, realistic chance of signing, because Justin Verlander would come on a short-term high AAV deal when you consider his age. Now, I do think he's going to want that 3rd year. I do think he's after something similar to Max Scherzer, but maybe he doesn't get 3 years, $130 million. Maybe he gets 3 years, $120 million, something in that range. Or you can give him a bloated 2-year contract, 2 years, over $80 million. Maybe he considers that deal. Look, when you consider the Dodgers' need for an ace-level starting pitcher, Walker Buehler will be out the entire 2023 season. Clayton Kershaw is going to be back, but do you really trust him to be a Game 1 starter in the postseason at this stage of his career? I'm not so sure. Julio Urias is another guy that is a frontline starter, but he even struggled in his start against the Padres. 3 runs in 5 innings, and yeah, it was definitely a grinded-out start, but it's not like he went out there and shoved. So I definitely think the Dodgers need another ace-level starter. Now, what I would prefer doing is I would rather see the Dodgers make the trade for Willy Adames and Corbin Burns. You get a Corbin Burns in his prime for 2 seasons, and then you get Willy Adames, who's under team control for 2 years as well. So I'd rather prefer the trade route, because you do have to get off of some of these guys with these 40-man roster spots. You got the Rule 5 draft coming up, and I just want to see the Dodgers get younger. And Justin Verlander, he's a guy that hasn't been the greatest postseason pitcher, but he definitely had his moments last season. Was able to get his first win in the postseason. Maybe he has that monkey off his back and he can relax and have more success. But if you look at his numbers, he doesn't walk anyone. The strikeout rate, the velocity on his fastball, I mean, a lot of the metrics point to the fact that he's really the same guy that he was during his prime, even at the age of 40. So Verlander makes a lot of sense, and if you want the Dodgers to go after a big-name free agent this offseason, right now, the most likely candidate is Justin Verlander. Now, there is the baggage of the Houston Astros, and it's not like he was benefiting from trash can banging himself because he's not a hitter, but he was very quiet when the whole cheating scandal went down. A player that's been very vocal about juice balls and all these issues surrounding Major League Baseball. He was like Homer Simpson in the hedges when it came to the Houston Astros cheating scandal. Just kind of went into the hedges, didn't say very much. So it'll be very interesting to see if he has any comments about what happened in 2017. But I think if you're Verlander, you can say to yourself, hey, I have a ring in 2017 that's a fake ring, and then I have one that hopefully is real in 2022. So maybe he'd be more open to discussing what happened in 2017 if the Dodgers were able to sign him. But it makes a lot of sense. I mean, come on, Kate Upton, a model, you know she probably wants to live in L.A. Justin Verlander at this point in his career, his brother Ben Verlander, he lives in L.A. That's where his show filmed. So there's a lot of signs that point to Justin Verlander signing with the Dodgers. I definitely think it's trending in that direction. I think the big kicker here is what happens in New York with the Mets and Jacob deGrom. Because what if Jacob deGrom signs with the Texas Rangers? What if the Rangers, they overpay for deGrom? They give him some insane amount of money like they did with Corey Seager when they gave him 10 years, $325 million when no one was coming close to that. What if the Rangers do that with deGrom and the Rangers sign the deGrominator and the Mets, they pivot to a Justin Verlander signing and they pair him with his old friend Max Scherzer from their Detroit days? So I could totally see that happening. So Stephen Cohen is always a threat with his money because he doesn't care what he has to pay. He will overpay. Last year, he gave Scherzer that that 3-year, $130 million deal when the Dodgers offered him a 2-year, $72 million deal. So he is okay with vastly overpaying. It's not an issue. He just wants to get his guy. So definitely, I think one of the big dominoes is what happens with Jacob deGrom and the New York Mets. And here's another thing to chew on. Remember early in free agency when it came out that Jacob deGrom indicated to the Texas Rangers that he wanted to sign there, that he wanted to pitch at Globe Life Field. And one thing I heard was that he wanted to pitch in a controlled environment, that maybe that would reduce his injury risk. When you consider New York, it's very cold early in the season in March and April. So that's very interesting. But I think that that's also a play by Jacob deGrom to probably try to get the most money from the Mets. So definitely a lot of very interesting moves in play. The Dodgers, I think, are going to make some bold moves this offseason. I think Justin Verlander has a chance to be the biggest one, but don't discount the fact that they could make a trade. I mean, everyone's talking about free agency in the hot stove season, but there are trades to be made. I want to see him pull off that Corbin Burns, Willy Adames trade. I've been talking about it for months. There's a lot of people out there that kind of stole my idea. It's all good. It's all love. But when you think about the Dodgers and the offseason, it's a very important offseason. I'm going to be at the winter meetings next week. Hopefully, I'll ask Andrew Friedman some of these guys, some of these questions. Maybe I'll ask Andrew Friedman if he can let me be GM for a day, then you guys can tell me what moves you want me to make. But let me know down below in the comment section, what are your thoughts on Trea Turner going to the Phillies, most likely signing with Philadelphia? I want your thoughts on that. Will LA miss Trea Turner? Will they regret not signing him? I want your thoughts. I think he goes for something 8 years, 275, something in that range, maybe a little higher, but let me know down below. And also, are you warming up to the idea of the Dodgers signing Justin Verlander? I want your thoughts down below. Do you think he'll be in LA? My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news and rumors all off season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.